Have you ever been watching the TV and thought, this programme is for idiots? How can the BBC, Channel 4 or ITV be getting away with this? Well, I have, and I find programmes that involve geared up audiences, soap operas and adverts to be such an insult to my intelligence that I have to leave the room where the thing is switched on to avoid sticking my boot through the screen. Seriously, I don't understand how anyone can sit and watch Ant and Dec without becoming so irritated that going out for a fist fight becomes a more pleasurable alternative. Are people actually that thick that this is all it takes to be entertained? Adverts are such an invasion of your time and you don't even notice that you're staring at them, taking in information and being brainwashed into buying some shit that you don't even need. There are some TV programmes I do like, so I won't throw the thing away just yet, but I do have a rule that's not difficult to stick with, and that is I just switch it off when I'm not interested. But most people don't seem to know how to do this. Ever notice this kind of thing? You go around, visit a friend, try to engage them in some sort of conversation, but they're not entirely listening because their eyes keep rolling away towards the cretin box. Have you ever sat and watched The X Factor and decided that this programme is so shallow that only cretins could enjoy it, but carried on watching anyway? Well, it isn't really fair of me to suggest that anyone is an idiot for watching crap, because there is a perfectly good reason for intelligent people to stare away with a goalless expression. Psychological studies have shown that after just 30 seconds of viewing, the brain starts to produce alpha waves. This is the slowing down and reduced activity of the conscious thought, the inability to use logic, and is similar to becoming comatose. Further research has shown that brain activity is similar to someone having taken cannabis. So the effects of a lot of TV viewing is the reduced ability to reason, short attention span and daydreaming even when you've switched it off. TV therefore can eventually become the only thing you can be bothered to do. Now these alpha waves are perfect for advertisers. You become so much more susceptible to someone else's idea of what you should spend your money on. That's why crappy catchphrases tend to get passed on. And one thing is for sure, the ad people are pretty clever regardless of how despicable they are. Right, so now for the controversial bit. I believe that people who don't break the hypnotic cycle of watching bullshit are lowering their IQ. Although I have no evidence to back this up, I just don't understand why anyone would follow up watching EastEnders by talking about it unless their mental capacities have been somewhat damaged. Also, kids' television has to be designed to mute progress. That's why they're growing up fascinated by the most trivial of interests, while assuming others around them are boring for being inquisitive. I once heard what I believed at the time to be just a conspiracy theory about television companies deliberately promoting trivial programs to keep the government happy. As too many smart people is a bad thing, and we really need the majority of the population to sit and be quiet and not do too much thinking. And now I'm beginning to believe this. Right, take a look at this magazine, TV paper. I only buy it because it's cheap and I can find out if there's any reason to switch on the cretin box in the first place. But it always features soap news and takes the business of wasting your life to a whole new level. Anyway, the thing I've always found amusing about this publication is the title, What's on TV? Is this a question or a statement? Either way, it's so grammatically nonsensical that it's a joke, and the fact that every time I've pointed this out to TV watchers I've got a blank response is further testament to my argument that they're having their brains quietly and painlessly sucked out. I find this magazine just a bit embarrassing, really, as I'm sure you can imagine. And when I do buy it, I always lay it face down in the basket and run the risk of other shoppers coming to the conclusion I must have a bit of top shelf Jizz Digest to read. But personally, I'd be less worried about anyone thinking that than believing I bought this because I'm interested in the cover story. So, what's your thoughts on TV? Do you think it lowers your IQ? Well, thanks for watching.